and welcome. I'm going to share from an experience I had yesterday on my daily walk in the nature. It was a profound, incredible experience, and it has shifted me a lot. There was an energetic shift yesterday, and I would be really interested in hearing if you felt it and in what way you guys experienced it, because it's really interesting to hear how people perceive these things and how the experiences are. So I will start by sharing how it sort of started and unfolded for me, and I will share what my guides told me to do, because that's something they want me to share, because it's something that can be helpful for more people to do. And also the part of the guidance that had to do with the collective. So as I started walking yesterday, I was suddenly shown a bunch of cards, like playing cards, being thrown up in the air. And they were sort of just like swirling around in the air. And I was thinking to myself, what does this mean? Like, why is this being shown to me? And it was like totally out of the blue for me. I was just walking, not really tuning in or asking for anything. I was just, having my daily walk, and it was in the very start of it. And all of a sudden I had this vision, and they didn't immediately start explaining anything. So I was sort of just left with a vision, and I was like, what is this about? What is happening? And I felt from the morning when I got up that something was different in the energy. So as I continued walking, I was guided to walk into an area of the forest where I haven't been before. And I always feel very held, embraced by the nature. I love being in the nature, and I'm going for walks in the forest. And as I was going into this part of the forest, I started to feel a bit uncomfortable, unease, a bit like guarded, like looking around, a bit of a feeling of being unsafe or a bit of fear, but I still felt that it wasn't like really mine, and I was confused as to why am I feeling this, because this is not how I'm feeling normally. And I was trying to tune in to see, is this something that has to do with the area, or something that has happened here? Is it something I'm not aware of in myself that is releasing, or is this something that is being shown to me that is more collective? And I continued walking for a little while, and the feeling got stronger and stronger. So I decided to sit down. I was sitting down by a tree, and I just started breathing and connecting into the earth and really grounding. And I was asking the earth, what's going on? What is this? Is this the area? Is it collective? Like what's going on? This is like, I'm confused. And it was really, really windy the whole day. And there was like I could hear all these sort of noises. I mean, normal noises of the cold cracking in the trees and, the wind, but there was like also different noise or sounds and noises that I'm not used to hearing. But there were no one around me. I couldn't see anyone. I couldn't hear any like sounds of people around. So it was just like really, really strange feelings, really strange energy. And as I sat down and I started tuning in, and I was just breathing through my channel, through the tube of light, connecting really deep into the earth and just sitting in that energy. and breathing and breathing and breathing. And first, the feeling that I had was getting stronger. And I started seeing some animals, and I'm quite used to my guides showing me and giving me messages through different types of spirit animals. And I was seeing these animals and they looked really threatening, which I normally don't do. And they started coming towards me, like in a semicircle, and coming towards me, and they looked really, really threatening. And I kept on breathing and just connecting in, and I was really wondering what's going on now. And as I felt everything starting to calm down, and I felt really connected with my own energy, and both with the universal energies and with the inner earth, and I really, really was in that, suddenly I saw the whole expression and the whole energy of those animals shifting. And I came to me, and I sat down and they lay down around me. And then I saw these cards again that had been thrown up in the air, and I saw them swirling around. And I kept hearing the cards have been thrown up in the air. And then I'm just trying to remember so I get the right, more or less the right order of it. But I hope you can follow me. So I was guided to keep connecting and keep focusing and keep breathing through my channel. And as I was doing this, suddenly I felt like something clicked in my channel. Almost like if you get some sort of a physical adjustment, like chiropractic adjustment or something in your back, and you feel that like it clicked back in place sort of feeling. So it felt just like that, but it was energetic. And when that happened, they told me to bring back all energy I had given away. And I started seeing all these situations and interactions and experiences where I have given my power away, consciously or unconsciously. And they told me, just keep taking or bringing your energy back, because the energy is sort of still leaking to those experiences or those relationships or those situations. And I kept seeing like I saw the energy just like starting to come in different places in my channel. And I saw some of the situations, just like having an image of a situation from different ages throughout my life, and different situations that I had totally forgotten about, that I'm not really consciously aware of. And it could be, situations where I've been abandoning myself and not owning up to my own truth, and, people pleasing. It was situations where I've been drawn into something or given energy to something that I didn't really resonate with. I just sort of played into it, or like all types of situations. Or situations where I haven't kept true to my own boundaries, all these types of things. And one thing that also really stood out was all kinds of distractions, where I have let myself be distracted and start directing my energy onto something different than what I was actually consciously choosing in the first place. And so as I kept doing this, I just felt the energy coming back. I saw the energy, I saw the different colors, everything coming in. I saw the geometric patterns, and I felt everything it felt almost like the channel was getting more and more like solid almost, and really strong and getting bigger. And I'm just going to have a look so I don't forget anything. I have some notes here. Yes, and then I was told to open my eyes. And I opened my eyes and I looked around and I paid attention to how it was around me. And it was completely quiet. There was no wind, there was no sounds, and the energy had completely shifted. I did not feel unease, I did not feel uncomfortable, unsafe or anything. I felt held and I felt really connected with the earth again. And so what I was told is that we have now to take full responsibility of where we give our power away and where we choose to direct our energy. More than before, because the frequency has changed, we will see creation, we will see manifestation, we will see how we direct our energy with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our intentions, much faster and much more clear than we have before. So even though this is something we know and we have been hearing about before, we will really start experiencing it on a whole different level, which make it really, really important that we are aware and conscious of what we choose to direct our energy on. So what I said is that these cards that were thrown up in the air, you can see that as representing everything known, everything we have been playing by, all the rules, all the, like the whole matrix. And now it's sort of thrown up in the air. And we have to choose how we want to go about things, how we want to use our energy. And before I explain what they said, I want to make it really clear that it's not the same as saying that we should not dig into or pay attention to what's going on. And there are several souls incarnated that are here with the calling of really getting to the bottom of things and getting the truth up and bring it from the darkness and into the light for it to be seen. And that's really important. But what I said was that it's so important now to detach, because what's happening when everything is being thrown up in the air, people start feeling unsafe, people start feeling a sense of chaos, distracted, they get really easily distracted. It's fear, it's uncertainty. And then the most easy thing to do if we're not conscious is to just look at all the cards and try to pay attention to one and try to pay attention to another and sort of run after it, rather than sit, ground and being in our own energy. And again, it's not the same as saying that we are not to pay attention to those things. It is the energy from which it comes from, and also honoring your own calling, what you are being asked to do in the things that will be unfolding. Because it's so easy to be distracted by everything going on, and everything we choose to focus on, we feed with our energy. So what do you want to bring into your own field? What do you want to consciously interact with? Because everything we interact with, we are energetically interacting with it. And it's where we're using our energy. So they said that what we are really learning now is that it's not only that we are creator beings, but that we can co-create. And being in this human body, we can we're starting to understand that when we really come into our body, we access our own energy. We access our connection, both to the universe and to the earth. And we can start co-creating with all these energies. Now, what energies do you want to co-create with? So while we're watching all these cards, it's not about turning around and not seeing the cards that are swirling around in the air. It's about not going away from your own energy, not keeping your own energy and your own field and your own focus unattended. You can observe, you can see what's going on, but always stay centered in your own field. That's really important. Because we are energetic beings, right? And we have a sovereign field. And there's a lot of control going on, as we all know. And we have free choice. So no one can control your energy. No one can control your field per se, because you have to give permission for that to happen. It doesn't always feel like that, and that is because of the programming. It's because we don't access our free choice if we're just playing the same program, focusing on the same thing, keep creating the same things, and keeping on the same level of awareness and not expanding. So how do you direct your energy? What are you focusing on? What you focus on with your thoughts, what emotions are floating around in your body, and observing what's in your body and letting it move through, but be really aware of what you focus on and what you choose to interact with. That's your choice. Because no one can take over your energy, but what they can do is to control your thoughts. Mind control is the closest they can come to controlling your energy, because they can control how you use your energy and what you focus on. So when you free yourself from that, which is the process we are in very different levels, all of us, we realize how powerful we really are. And so the whole thing of what I showed me with these cards in the air swirling around was really to sit, observe, come back to your own energy, because there's so much, or like so many energies swirling around in the wind, so to speak, energetically. And it's so easy to just grab onto what is swirling past you, or being afraid to miss out on something, or being really focused on what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing, and being in all this chaos. So when you feel all of those things, so the whole experience when I was walking into the forest yesterday, they told me then afterwards that this is how humanity, the collective, is feeling like. This is the sort of chaotic, uncertain state a lot of people are in. And so by coming back to your own energy and really tuning into yourself, your own truth, your own energy, and being really aware of that energetic field and own it and know that you are a sovereign being, that is where we find our strength. That's where we find the patience while this is going on. This is where we find our truth. Like, that's really where to come from. Come back to that again and again and again, and detach from what is going on. Observe it, but and see it and become aware of it, but from a detached point of view. Because at once you start, keep thinking of, or you're emotionally attached to something, you keep feeding it your energy. So it's really about taking that responsibility, not being a victim, choosing with your own free choice where you direct your energy. And not from a point of view that comes from fear, but from knowing that you are a sovereign being, that you are an energetic being, that you are incredibly powerful, and that you're starting to remember that you are that powerful. When we truly understand the power of our energy and how we can really work with it and direct it, and how much more easy that is in the higher frequencies we are entering into, we will see so many shifts and so many changes. It's just incredible. So I really, really want to encourage you to keep coming back to yourself, no matter how chaotic, how fearful, how joyful, how uncomfortable, like no matter how you're feeling, just like come back to yourself, just center yourself and feel like detached from what is going on externally. Come back and be really aware of what you are choosing to feed with your energy. I'd love to hear how your experiences have been in the comments. I love hearing from you. I send you so much support. Have a lot of compassion with yourself and keep walking. Keep walking. We're doing this. Bye bye.